All right, so we've got a trip coming up in our bus conversion, and I bought Starlink for RVs for this trip. Well, probably for more permanent installation. A lot of people modify these and cut the backs of them off. You've probably seen it mounted on their roof. I'm hesitant to do that because I just want to see how the thing performs on the road. I've used it here at the house a couple days for work, video conferences, and stuff like that, and was pretty satisfied with the performance of it. For use in our RV's got a router already that has cell phone capabilities and Ethernet and all that. So I had to purchase the optional Ethernet adapter from Starlink for this. And basically, it still requires the use of the Starlink router because the dish is powered or receives the power from the Starlink router with this. Unless you get the $2,500 dishy, you're stuck with this situation here. So looking at this, I was kind of noodling, what I'm going to do. You can see here that this one, plugs into the router with this short cable here. So this has got to be relatively close to where the router location is. And then Starlink with the long cord, which it shows a really short one here, but it's long. That one plugs into here, into this proprietary plug. So, from a cabling management perspective, that means I got to have this and this relatively close together, which I can deal with that. And then just go Ethernet from there. But that means that, your power source, you got to have 110 for that. So logistically, I just want to set this thing out. When we're using it on this trip, when we're parked for a week at a time, I'm just going to set it out. And I might want to just put it on the roof of our RV, just set it up there. I bought some sandbags to put on the legs just in case it gets windy. That's kind of the plan. So today, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hook this all up and test it here in the RV. Make sure that I've got kind of wiring figured out, that it's working right with our router and all that stuff. So that's what we're doing today. All right, I ran it out into the yard here just to give it a test. Got it hooked up inside. It's deciding where it is, I think. Pointing straight up. Which, when it's happy, it will be more. Look at that, it's orienting itself now. Yep, there you go. That is pretty much the position that I expected to find it in, which is basically slightly north. Awesome. Let's see what we got. All right, we're going to do the Google speed test. Chrome here. Because the Ookla one wasn't doing the upload speed. Yeah, it's not great. Internet is fine. Your internet connection should be able to handle an HD streaming video. If multiple devices are streaming video, you may run into some problems. Yeah. All right, so I ran the test on my phone, connected directly to the Starlink Wi-Fi, and it was like 78 megabits per second download. So I need to know if the slowdown is my router or this deck that I'm using. Neither are particularly powerful, so I'm going to go ahead and run the speed test again with this connected. That's the Starlink Wi-Fi, so let's just test again. It's a little bit better. It's probably this thing. So now I'm going to do the opposite. I mean, that is better, right? But it's not 78 megabits, right? So now I'm going to do the inverse. I'm going to test it with my iPhone. I'm going to switch back to using my built-in bus router and run the speed test off my iPhone. Yeah, that performed way better. So connected to my bus router, using the 5 gigahertz in my bus router, and the Starlink is connected to that via Ethernet to the WAN port. I was over 100 megabits on my iPhone on the 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. So yeah, that kicks some butt. We also have a T-Mobile cell we can use on this trip. So the plan is, I mean, we're only going to use Starlink when we're parked. When we're going down the road and, you know, staying the night wherever on the road, we'll just use our T-Mobile cell connection and hope for the best. That SIM only costs us $10 a month, so we got a deal on that thing. So Starlink's $135 a month. I've heard T-Mobile's pretty fast, so we will see, huh? I think we'll have good connectivity on this trip, though. And when we're down at Quartzsite, where it's just slammed, there's, you know, thousands of people down there. Both, you know, our experience has been the cell networks get pretty clogged. I would imagine Starlink will be pretty clogged as well. We just need to, you know, see what works best. All right, we're doing some upgrades on the bus before our trip here. We mounted the TV down in the bay. Our daughter sleeps down here when we're parked and camping. And so this is going to double as a bedroom TV for her because it can flip around the other way. And then we've got, I don't know if you see the Velcro on the sides of the TV there, but we've got some bubble stuff there, that's insulation material that we'll put on the front of that TV when we're going down the road and flip it around so that it's facing the wall when it's stowed, and it protects it that way. And there's a bungee to the wall. What is cool about this, it might not be immediately apparent, is we've got Starlink for RVs subscription, and we're actually able to stream all of our stuff that we like to watch. We've got Amazon Fire TV on here, so we can stream our Netflix, our Apple TV, YouTube, all that stuff on here, no problem. So yeah, nice little upgrade for when we're hanging out at the campground, and for our daughter as well.